Do you ever spend hours in the kitchen only to have your kids show up to eat and they're just like, ew, or they just sit there like a lump and you're wondering why they're not eating? Today, we're going to give you a simple solution for picky eaters, and it's going to be life-changing. We are Bonnie and
Thomas Liotta.
We help parents transform the most defiant and disruptive child behavior without mind-altering medication, years of therapy that goes nowhere, or any type of harsh punishment. And today we're going to share a story with you about my nephew when he was 5. And I was first starting to learn how to speak kid with Creating Champions for Life. What I did and what Tom did that made all the difference in the world. But first, let's talk about what we're trained to do, what we're actually doing.
You got to be a provider, right? You got to feed the kids.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like the mom ends up kind of like being and doing all, or the dad has to do all, right? Like the kids do nothing and the parents do a lot. So It's very lopsided.
Right? We're in the day and age where the kids are the number one priority in the house. Yes? Right? Like, kids eat first before mom and dad. It's kind of like we're raising the Prince of Bel-Air in an environment where they don't have to do anything because they're just kids and they need to be children and the parents have to do everything. I bought into that too, and it was a huge lie, and it ended up causing a lot of chaos in my house. So I actually saw a post about this the other day, and some of the advice was like absolutely ridiculous. It went from prepare another meal. Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? To negotiating with the kids about what they're going to eat for dinner, to the whole, what do you call it? What kind of leader was Hitler? What do you call that? Like a dictational leader?
Sure.
Okay. A very dictational leader. Like, this is dinner and you're going to eat this or you're going to starve. Like all of these different things. Do you ever feel that way, parents? That you just tried everything and they just refuse to eat? Well, Darian came over. He was about 5, and we were babysitting him, and I was kind of excited. So I made dinner, and I plated everything, and I put it on the table, and Darian just sat there like a lump, exactly what we're talking about here today. And I was like trying to talk him into eating. And you just did something that was so simple, but life-changing. So share what you did with Darian.
Hey, Darian, I think I see you. Come with me. And we went over to the food, got the plate that was empty. There's the food that was full. We got the empty plate and got him a chance to actually do what you did and put some food on his plate.
Himself.
Yeah. And as simple as this might be, and you're right, moms and dads, you're going to put yourself out of a job.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that, you'll learn to speak kid too. But when he got a chance, the resistance was all about, what about me? And when you can see that, oh, boy, he did. Came down, and he had that beautiful smile on his face and the spark in his eye going, look what I did. I did it too, just like you.
Yeah.
And that's the magic.
Well, you let all the cat out of the bag, Tom. And the truth is, there's only a few things that our kids can control sometimes. And one of them is what they put in their mouth, because you can't hold a kid down and shove food into their mouth so they can refuse to eat.
True.
Another thing, just real quick and a little off topic, but like when we're talking about what the kids can control, what they put in their mouth and where they go poop and pee.
Yeah,
because
basic in and out.
You can't, again, hog tie them and make them sit on a toilet.
Correct.
And so when we're responsible for everything in our kids' life, we go grocery shopping. They have no idea. In fact, I go to Costco today and all the teenagers are sitting in the actual cart instead of grocery shopping. It kind of gives the kids no sense of autonomy, no sense of purpose. Like they're just like a pet. We have pets and we feed the pets and the pets eat, but the kids aren't quite like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it was just a 1, 2, 3 kind of a system, do for, do with, so I can do by myself. And that's kind of the pattern.
Yes.
If you get stuck in one of those gears,
I tell you what.
It's tough to go fast on the freeway.
Yeah, so this conversation is fast and furious, but I really don't think there's anything else to say. If you're watching this or listening to this podcast, I want to challenge you today. When you're preparing your meals, include your kids. When you're deciding what you're going to have for dinner, offer them 3 parent-approved choices. Would you like to have peas, corn, or carrots tonight? And you know what? The first time when you taught me this and I offered my kids, would you like peas, corn, or carrots tonight? They're like, can we have carrots but not cooked? They like them raw, cut up into strips so they could dip it in the ranch dipping. I had never served my kids raw carrots before, but when they chose it themselves, guess what? They ate all the carrots. I was like shocked, right, at how simple this was. And then when the kids started plating their own plate, yeah, it makes them feel a little bit more like, I have a say. I'm in control of what's happening right here.
Yeah.
There's a purpose for my life. So this picky eating thing goes way beyond the kids like chicken nuggets last week. This week they refuse it. And that's exactly why. They want to be included. They want to be heard. They want to have a chance to say, look what I did all by myself.
And if there was just one last point that we could share with everybody out there today, is... do you ever remember playing house when we were kids, right? And what I mean by that is the kitchen is like a sacred area, like a restaurant.
Sure.
We're going to play restaurant.
Absolutely.
And so what we get to do there is you get to introduce, like, here's the chef, here's the busboy, you know, here's all the ingredients that makes the whole thing, and you get to play.
Yeah.
And so when you do role play, everybody gets a role, and you get a chance to understand all the dynamics of what it takes to make it. Because doing everything for them, and they have no clue what you do, and they're not going, good job, Mom, you feel resentful. Ungrateful, right? And that's the rub. But when everybody gets a chance to be like, okay, well, today I get to do this and I get to do that, get them involved with the process and play restaurant.
Yeah, well.
And when dinner or breakfast can be a game, well, whoever gets upset when you're playing the game, we all have smiles and fun, and look what I did. That's the game changer.
All right. So basically, moms, get the kids involved. In today's society, I want to say 2026 parenting. Could it really be this simple? And I want to say it is simple, not easy, because we have beliefs, we have habits. Our kids have beliefs, our kids have habits. So if you've been cooking and serving every day for their 10 years of life and they're sitting off on the side playing video games and you go to include them in making dinner, they might not jump to the pump like really quickly, but if you continue to make an effort to include them, at least offer them the 3 parent-approved choices, at least let them plate their own food moving forward and give them some responsibility. I promise you, it'll be absolutely life-changing. Thomas Liotta, teaching the moms and dads all over the world how to speak kid. And on our next episode, we're going to talk about the difference between raising a dependent child or an independent child, and how whichever one you choose is the massive cause of the breakdown of child mental health today, the cause of the development of child behavior disorders. And when you really get this, you can prevent and transform even the most defiant child behavior. So, that all being said,
until we meet again.
Here's to our parenting success.
Cheers, everyone.
everybody. Bye for now.
Bye for now.